little space, then pull me close.
Hi, hello, welcome back to Just Be with me. Yes, it's been a while. Yeah, I've been busy. I did a professional development. But in today's video, we are going to be talking about episodes 7, 8, 9, and 10 of Baddies USA Chapter 2. Like I said before, we are not recapping every single week because I want to have a summer. But we're going to be talking about these 4 episodes because they mainly take place in Arizona, and then we get to our next city, which is Las Vegas, and then my next video will be about them in Vegas. As always, my goal is to offer my unique perspective on the decisions that the baddies make. But I also want to have a kiki with you too. So let's go ahead and get into these baddies mess. Let's get into it. Episode 7 of Baddies USA Chapter 2 is entitled From Set List to Set Ups. Okay. The episode picks up where? We're in Arizona. And Natalie is meeting at the radio station Power 98.3 because they're having an interview. Now, mind you, when she gets there, Summer's there. Summer is not supposed to be there. Summer had her own interview, but Summer just says, you know what, I'm gonna stay for this Baddies interview. And Natalie's like, okay. The unprofessionalism, Natalie should totally leave. But we see that Natalie invited the following baddies to this interview. So we have that Zolly, Rolly, Kokilla KK, Diamond the Body, DTV, and Tavy. And so when they get there, it's kind of a little bit awkward because nobody's really rocking with Summer out of that whole group. Summer is adding her 2 cents in while the baddies are getting interviewed. And eventually they go back and forth. Her and Zolly have a little snide little thing. Then her and Rolly go back and forth. If you watch the teasers and trailers, I don't know if they edited it out, but Rolly made some accusations that weren't true about Summer. They did not air it in the episode. Dolly goes back and forth with the host because the host was being messy. It was just too much, and everybody's getting annoyed with Summer. It was very unprofessional. They're throwing stuff at each other, but eventually Rolly leaves because she just can't handle the unprofessionalism, and I don't blame her because it was very unprofessional. Then we cut to like a little house. We have Persuasion, Neek, Wet Wet, Kanaya, Amber, and Pressure. And basically, they are all just recapping. This is just recapping. But Amber gets into it with Neek because she's like, you said like the cabaret girlies need to stick together, but now you kind of acted really funny because if you don't notice, Neek has been hanging out with Bahati a lot. And Amber is like, Neek, don't make me fight you. And Neek's like, we're not going to fight right now. But when you need that, I'll give you that, okay? Nothing really happens. So then we see Summer and Tommy, and they're kind of recapping what's going on. Summer, I believe she recaps what happened at the radio station. But we cut to Natalie, and the baddies are having a rehearsal because they have to perform in Arizona, so they need to rehearse. While that's happening and she's explaining everything, Wet Wet is outside being Wet Wet. Okay, she done like escaped through a tiny little gate with her body. I don't know what to say about her, okay? But she comes inside and Biggie comes in and Biggie has backup dancers and everybody's like, whoa, who are these 3 girls? You know we don't do outsiders. Biggie's like, oh, they're just my backup dancers. Like, hey, can y'all hit a little 1-2? And Natalie's like, okay, but we don't know that, so we're gonna have security check their bags. Which I think is interesting because it's like, wouldn't security have checked their stuff already if they already came in? Doesn't that make sense? I guess not. Maybe not. I don't know. And Biggie and Natalie start going back and forth. And honestly, I feel like every time Natalie opens up her mouth, Ivory's face is always the same. Like, bitch, are you dumb? But they go back and forth, and Natalie's like, well, I mean, if you don't want to perform, you don't have to perform. Biggie's like, I don't have to perform. Spoiler alert, Biggie still performs. Like I said, Natalie says she's the boss, but she ain't really the boss. So then all of a sudden, Tinka and K-Rican go back and forth. And no, K-Rican, you need better friends. You need better friends because Fauna and KK just stood there and let Tinka beat on you. Ain't those your friend? Right. And basically, Wet Wet's look was my look. Like, They're still chatting, talking about what's gonna happen, what needs to be expected or whatever. Then Ciroc comes in, and Ciroc immediately goes to Mariah Lynn, who's trying to kick her behind security. Then we see Taseki tying her hair up. And I just wanna say, what was you gonna do? Because you was brought on to Baddies to fight for your sister, but now you fight for Mariah Lynn. Right. So they're all going back and forth, and eventually Taseki and Ciroc line it up. And Taseki got a wig on. Number one, you should have took that wig off. And because she didn't take that wig off, Ciroc grabbed her by the wig, but Taseki was still swinging. Did Taseki beat Ciroc's ass? No. Was she hitting Ciroc? Yes. Was Ciroc also kind of getting her? Kind of, sort of. She was grabbing, but Taseki didn't beat Ciroc. And you could tell when Taseki does not do her best, because right after this fight, she went to the bathroom. Not only that, Mariah was crying. What you crying for? Taseki is a grown-ass woman. She can handle herself. We know Taseki can fight. Mariah was mad because they wouldn't let her jump in that fight. I'm gonna be honest. That's why she was mad. That's why she was on that stage crying like that. There's no reason for why you as a grown-ass woman should be crying like that. So then Tommy and Summer come in, and immediately Tavy is on Summer's ass. Because in Tavy's words, Summer was talking about her son. I don't follow none of them on social media, so I can't really confirm if that's true, but it wouldn't faze me if Summer did. So they're fighting, and then Rolly's on the mic talking shit with E.T. next to her. And I thought this was crazy. I'm like, ain't that crazy? Didn't y'all like fight? And now y'all next to each other? The fake ass Virgos. Could not be me. If I don't like you as a Virgo, I'm just gonna let you know. Point blank, period. I'm just gonna let you know. And Natalie is basically like, I got a booking. Y'all can have y'all rehearsals, do what y'all gotta do, but I'm out. Summer and Tommy are like going back and forth with the girls, and Lex sees the opportunity and bink on Tommy. And because she binks and gets separated, Tinka sees the opportunity and binks on Tommy. And that's pretty much where the episode ends off, was Lex and Tinka kind of like tag teaming Tommy. Now we're on to episode 8, which is entitled Let the Show Continue. So the episode opens up, we could see the aftermath of Lex kind of sneaking Tommy and Tinka sneaking in. And basically you could see Tommy got her wig taken off and she a little upset, but she ain't really get beat up. Summer is on the other side twerking. While all of this was happening, Mariah snuck Amber. And I think she did that because she really couldn't get to Ciroc, no tea. So we're back inside and it's just a hot mess. You don't see Taseki because she hid in the bathroom. So then we cut outside, and Tommy is in her confessional talking about how, you know, she understands why Lex is a little upset. You know, Summer got that. If y'all know, y'all know. And she's in a confessional talking about how Lex is mad that she took her bitch. I doubt it, but Tommy looks good in the confessional. Like, this looks age appropriate for Tommy. So then Tommy has one of her homegirls fight Taseki's homegirl. And no tea, no shade, Tommy's homegirl whooped Taseki's homegirl. Then we cut to the inside, and some of the baddies are really taking their music seriously because they're in the inside actually rehearsing. Biggie with her dancers, and she's doing her big one. Tavy with the Natalie Nunn shirt on. Fauna rehearses. Kanaya rehearses, has a good time with Biggie. Kate Rican rehearses. We cut outside, and basically Tommy and Summer are kikiing. Tommy's homegirl and Wet Wet are talking about how she beat up Taseki's friend, which she did. But the rehearsal's over, and Biggie had picked up somebody's wig. It was Kate Rican's wig. But she comes outside, and Tinka snatches the wig from her. And Biggie's like, why'd you do that? And she's like, oh, you trying to be funny, right? You trying to be funny. And Biggie's like, it was just a wig. I picked it up from the floor because nobody was going to grab it. And Tinka was being very weird. You know for a fact that Biggie did not know whose wig that was. Come on now. You know she ain't know whose wig that was. Now, it's not your wig, so why are you trying to steal the wig? Is it because you ain't got no wigs? Clock that tea. Okay. It's now time for the Arizona performance. Yes, I know, I'm going really fast, y'all, because nothing really happens. It's all the same shit we see every single week. But Neek's confessional here was really cute. Y'all already know, Neek is a bad bitch. This is a bad bitch. She looks like a bad bitch. Like, she looks good. Diamond. Monday Night Raw. That's all I could think of was Diamond missed her opportunity. She's supposed to be a wrestler. She needs to be hired by WWE because this screams wrestling look. Diamond the Body DTV with this look. She looks good, but it's definitely giving very Monday Night Raw, okay? But Lemmy welcomes the fans and stuff to the Baddies performance, Baddies USA Chapter 2 at this club. That looks very interesting. Fauna comes out and performs. Neek comes out and performs. Egypt comes out and performs. Kanaya comes out and performs. Tavy comes out and performs. Kokilla comes out and performs, and she actually comes out and throws merch because she actually knows what the fuck she's doing. Lex comes out and performs. Rolly comes out and performs. A few fights break out because it's the baddies. Taseki comes out and performs. DTB comes out and performs, and she actually gets the crowd hyped with the whole line that shit up, ayy, line that shit up. Then we cut to outside, and Taseki and Biggie are kind of hyped and geeked up. Why? As Taseki explains, her friend Tay Tay snuck Summer. Now, if you're like, Tay Tay, that sounds familiar, that's the same Tay Tay that I think Krishan had a problem with, she's still friends with. I'm sorry, no T, as an older sister, if there's somebody that my younger sister don't rock with, I'm not rocking with you. Point blank, period. That's how I move. So yeah, her friend jumped or snuck Summer, and Summer's mad about it, so Summer ends up leaving. We cut back to the Baddies performances, and Dolly is performing, you know, her F Dolly song, you already know it. And she's in her confessional, and honestly, her confessional is giving very Southern, very Kentucky Derby, and it makes sense because she's a Southern bitch. No tea, no shade. Mariah Lynn comes out and performs. Tommy comes out with a Chardonnay glass and performs, along with the babe. Stunna Girl appears, you know, Stunna, who's also a special guest or celebrity guest, and you know, she's just here to perform and get her check. And like I said, watch Stunna's look, y'all. Watch how she's dressed this season. You're gonna see a certain baddie CEO copy that same look soon. Keep that in your head, okay? I'm gonna come back to it. Keep a pen in it, okay? Then Biggie comes out and performs, and the crowd was hyped with her little dancers. Like I told you, Biggie is signed to Zeus Music, so she has a little bit of budget, more than the other girls, okay? And then closing it is Natalie Nunn. I've been doing what I want. It's a pickup in the back, but the trunk in the front. Tequila in the back, Betty Blunts in the front. Purse 101, first 101. Yes! Did I or did I not eat that? I might have ate that better than Natalie because I had a little cadence going. But Emery talks about how it was a fun experience or whatever, and I know I said I wasn't gonna talk about her and TC's confessionals, but she got a long ass neck. She has a long neck. Her hair and makeup is fine, but TT and Emery missed their calling. They were supposed to be models. So then we see the baddies all on stage, actually like somewhat like actually like hanging out with each other, which is crazy. Then we cut to outside, and they're basically recapping because that's all the baddies do. They just recap and recap and recap. Cap. Then it's the next day, and we see Natalie is meeting with Rolly and Diamond, and they're talking about how it's crazy that they have so many outsiders pulling up, and they don't really need all those outsiders. And I agree with it. I don't think you need all these people because now Zeus is paying extra for all these people. You don't know. Someone one day is going to bring a weapon and you just don't know. You really don't know. Then we cut to Ciroc with Egypt, and they are basically recapping what's going on with them. And Ciroc looks really good in this confessional. I love this for her. It's cute, the makeup, the hair. And then it dawned on me, Ciroc is the second baddie that we've seen rock a bald look. Jayla and now Ciroc. They can rock bald looks and hair. Ain't that crazy? Two black women. Period. Then Egypt brings up how she doesn't know if her beef with Kanaya is over. It's your beef with Kanaya. It's not y'all beef, because Kanaya has said she has no problem with you. I'm gonna keep on saying that. But her confessional was cute. She looked really cute in this confessional. The purple, the hair was just the right tone of purple that it didn't clash with her outfit. She looked like a girly pop. I love this look for her. It's very girly pop. Like, she looks like that one character from K-pop Demon Hunters. I have not seen K-pop Demon Hunters. All my students have, but I have not seen K-pop Demon Hunters, okay? We end the episode with Tavy meeting with Pressure because Tavy feels like Pressure was talking about her child. Pressure's like, I wasn't, but knowing Pressure, she probably did an offhanded comment. But they end up squaring up, and that's where we end episode 8. Episode 9 is entitled, What was the treason? Okay, and it picks up with Tavy and Ciroc. They kind of try and go at it. Nothing really happens. They get breaking apart. Did I say Tavy and Ciroc? Sorry. Tavy and Pressure. I keep on saying Ciroc. Tavy and Pressure. Pressure keeps calling Tavy a man, and at this point, I'm gonna need y'all to stop. Tavy is a whole ass woman. She gave birth to a child. Let's stop with this whole calling black women men. Let's stop. Then we cut to E.T. Scarface, and her confessional was cute. I liked it. I didn't talk about it when she had it in the last few episodes, but it's cute. The hair kind of is off tone of the jacket. The makeup looks good. It's fine. Bahati's confessional. The hair and makeup is great. The top I don't like. The top looks a mess. It looks a hot ass mess. But we have E.T., Meek, and Bahati, and they are meeting with Emery and TT to go over their issues. And again, there's a little banter with TT and Bahati. TT is like, oh, how are you doing, drunkie? And Bahati's like, how are you doing, manly? And again, I don't condone anybody calling women men when they're not, or saying that they look like a man. I don't condone that at all. But basically, E.T. is trying to get to the, resolve the problem. She's trying to be mediator. She's not a good mediator. And basically, TT throws a drink at Bahati, and it gets it cracking. And so Neek starts fighting Emery while TT and Bahati fight. No tea, no shade. I can't really see what's going on with TT and Bahati. But Neek did get Emery, and that's because security helped. No tea. I think if security didn't help, they would have been equal, but that's just how I feel. I do want to point out that they were at this place. I don't think it's called Poor Decisions, but they had this light up sign that said Poor Decisions, and I'm like, the baddies make poor decisions. So then we cut to Amber, and she's meeting with Summer and Tommy, and her confessional was cute. It was very basic, very to the point. It was clean. It's very Amber. It's very, very on brand for her. But they're basically recapping what's going on with Amber, and she's like, well, Mariah Lynn snubbed me. Now I got a problem with her, which is funny because she was talking in my DMs about how she liked my performances as a dancer and all this stuff. So it's weird that she want to sneak me. It's weird that she wants to sneak you, isn't it? So then we cut to Biggie meeting with Mariah, and Biggie's confessional was fine. I didn't really like the Coogee shirt, but her makeup and her hair was fine. It was okay. Mariah look, I actually did like. I like the little white cowgirl look for her. Very, let me get my cowboy boots and saddle up. I don't know, I don't listen to country music, but she looked good. Very on brand. The bangs definitely hiding that forehead, definitely, hiding the hair was fuller, so it was hiding that neck, so we couldn't see that age. But it looked good, Mariah. She looked good. I'm being shady. But they were playing video games, and then Taseki and two other people came in. I don't know who they are, but they looked really old. No tea, no shade. But then Mariah started to peacock up, because Biggie was like, we was just playing video games and being cool, and now you acting funny, which she was. So then we go outside, and Biggie is trying to figure out what's the issue, what's going on, and everybody's like, well, it's you, because she now has a problem with Ciroc because of you. And it's kind of, but not really, because y'all fought Ciroc for Biggie. Y'all didn't have to fight Ciroc. You didn't have to fight Ciroc. Guess who didn't fight Ciroc for Biggie? Taseki. Yeah, I distinctly remember her being in the banner laughing while Mariah Lynn went down to fight Ciroc. Biggie's going back and forth with Taseki's friend, and Taseki is in her confessional. I didn't talk about her confessional, but it's a choice. So while, Taseki turns her back, and Biggie, you could tell Biggie is non-defensive because her hand is down, her other hand is on her, she's explaining herself. Taseki's friend swings on Biggie, and Taseki's like, I didn't see who swung. So Taseki, because you acted like you ain't see who swung, I'm gonna zoom in. That's who swung first. Your friend swung on Biggie. That's who swung first. There you go. So they end up fighting, and Biggie's upset afterwards. She's telling them I never asked nobody to fight for me, Biggie. Don't lie, because you did that live where you told Lex that you was gonna get Taseki to beat her. So you gotta be honest with yourself, sis. Virgo sis to another Virgo sis. You gotta be honest, okay? Don't spin the story, okay? Because Virgos are notorious for spinning the story, okay? But you did. However, that does not warrant her friend to put her hands on you. And in this moment, I think Biggie just really figured out that they're not her friends. And then it dawned on me because I was like, why are they switching up on Biggie like this? Like, somebody had to tell them something. Production probably did. However, then it dawned on me, Biggie has been taking her music seriously. Think about this for a moment. Anna has been trying to do music. You ain't hear none of her music. She got an MLB player, so she off doing that. Taseki has also been trying to do music. Hasn't gone anywhere. Mariah has been trying to do music and still has not gone mainstream. But guess who's doing music now and is kind of killing it out of the baddies? Biggie. Guess who got signed as the first artist to Zeus Music? Biggie. Guess who didn't get asked to be signed to Zeus Music? Taseki or Mariah. Now, I'm not saying they're jealous, but I just find it coincidental that all of this is coming up for Biggie. She's working on her music, she's doing her thing, she's being very serious about it, and now all of a sudden people got problems. When you're successful, you will see who's not rocking with your success immediately. And that's what we're seeing right here. So then we cut to Natalie. And Natalie's meeting with Stunna Girl. And remember what I said earlier? Take a good look at Stunna right here. Take a good look at how she's dressed. The platinum hair with the little bit of color, the big hoop earrings, the the jeweled jewelry on top of her necklace, the laced up cami top that was really big in the early 2000s, showing a little bit of skin, the makeup. Take a good look at this, because I'm sure a certain Baddies CEO will be rocking something similar like this next season with a cami top, a laced cami top, straight wig with a little bit of color. In the next season or the next 2 seasons, and we'll come back to that. We will come back to that, okay? Natalie is basically talking about how Stunna only comes in to perform, and she's wondering like, hey, are you gonna be on camera? And Stunna lets it be known, like, no, I'm here to get my check and that's it. And I don't blame Stunna. But Natalie's in her confessional. Her confessional actually looks nice. Like, this gives Natalie. This is very Natalie coded, and I'm not mad. Then we cut to this other area with Dolly, Lex, Tinka, Ivory, Fauna, and KK. KK and Tinka kind of had a moment. They didn't really fight or anything. But Tinka's in her confessional talking about how she still got a problem with her. I like Tinka's look. I just wish she had something sheer over the outfit. I think that would have added a layer to it, something sheer. But the hair was cute, makeup was cute. So afterwards, Fauna and Lex get into it because Lex finally asks the question, did you have mace on your hands in London? When they were in Baddies Africa, which was 2 seasons ago. And Fauna's like, yeah. So they fight. Lex didn't really beat up Fauna like that, like she really wanted to, which is funny because she never really beats up Fauna like that. But I do want to point out that Dolly, I didn't get a screenshot of it, but Dolly was messy because she did trip Fauna. I clocked that T. So then we cut to Lex and Dolly meeting with Summer and Tommy, and basically they're just going back and forth their beef. Lex still needs that from Tommy, and Tommy's like, what happened to your Colgate commercial? But this is also when it dawned on me that we are going to see the biggest downfall from Lex. Like, the biggest downfall from Lex. Because the way that Lex was talking and moving, and even the way that she looked physically, I was like, Lex looked like she gained some weight. All that. Faster you come up, the harder it's gonna come down. And so we're gonna see that from Lex. Lex is not showing her humble side anymore. She's getting roped in that baddie shit, and she's not standing on her morals and who she is as a person. Just gotta call it out like I see it, y'all. No tea, no shade. We are on episode 10, and it is entitled, What Happens in Vegas? Okay, because we are going to Vegas. But right now we're still in Arizona. So the baddies are all getting ready to leave because they're about to go to Vegas, and we see Zeus show a scene of Lex brushing her teeth. Y'all are ready. And Kanaya's washing her face. But what I want to say is, Lex, really? That basic toothbrush? No oscillating toothbrush, no fancy toothbrush, just some basic $2 toothbrush that you can get from the dollar store. Nothing wrong with those toothbrushes, by the way. There's nothing wrong with it. But that's like a toothbrush that you see people like clean stuff with. No tea, no shade. Like, but I guess if she likes to manually do stuff. Also, Lex is left-handed. So we hear some of the baddies, like Rolly, talk about the fact that they're leaving to go to Vegas. Her confessional, it's basic. Also, is her shirt being held by, her top's being held by a safety pin? That's crazy. That's a choice. But Persuasion adds in her 2 cents about them all getting ready to leave. She looks good in this confessional. That's a bad bitch. But we get on the bus. This is where the shenanigans start to happen. See, Pressure gets on the bus and she attacks DTV. She attacks DTV. And basically this causes Ivory to get up, which causes Ciroc to get up. And I don't know what Ciroc is wearing, but literally my head went, BDSM? Is this scene play or something? But I guess it's to protect her face. I don't know. It's giving very, this is a scene. A scene. If you know, you know. So then we cut outside, and basically TT's outside with Pressure kind of being on her side. And she's in her confessional talking about she's gonna have Ciroc have Pressure's back. Hair and makeup looks cute. Again, her and Emery don't have shapes. They are built like twigs. I didn't say this last time, but I don't know if y'all see Men in Black. Y'all know the little aliens that be like, oh, Jay. Yeah, they're built like that. No tea, no shade. But DTV and Pressure run it a few times. Then Ivory and Pressure run it, but then Ivory and TT fight a couple times. There's a lot that happened. But Fauna calls it out. She's like, we haven't even left and everybody's fighting. Like, we're still on the bus. Like, this is too much. But her confessional, it's giving very Clark Kent. Very, she's gonna open up and it's gonna be like an F for Fauna. But it's cute, it's cute. So a lot happens, people are fighting, people are more fighting. TT kicks at Diamond, which causes Tavy and Ciroc to fight her. She ends up getting a scar, everybody's confused. It's a hot ass mess. K-Rican joins the bus, and Ciroc asks a very valid question. Where have you been? Who you with? Why you always late? And she's like, who, me? What? No, I just got here. What are you talking about? Girl, you know what we're talking about. You never have your medication, so you always late. Then DTV sees Amber, so she fights Amber, causing ET to fight Amber. Because remember, ET still wants that with Amber. This was a very terrible way to do it, but she did it. Next. Finally, the bus gets moving. TT and Pressure are on a sprinter. They got taken away, probably go get medic, all that stuff. But the bus finally moves, and they're on the bus, and they're kind of recapping everything that happened. Ivory's in her confessional talking about how Pressure is this 40-year-old woman who sells cat, like, she's too old to be doing this. And then it dawned on me, I'm like, oh yeah, Ivory is like 23, 24. I be forgetting Ivory's younger than me, y'all. No tea, no shade. I really do be forgetting that she's younger than me. But her confessional was cute. I like the pink hair, makeup, the dress. I wish she had like a shawl or something with it, because I don't like the dress. But the hair and makeup looks really cute on her. Like the blush is perfectly placed for her face. They finally make it to Vegas, y'all. Oh my god. So we're now in Las Vegas, which means my next video is gonna be all of them when they were in Vegas. So then we cut, it's the next day, and Fauna's in her confessional, and her confessional looks really cute here. She looks really cute here. Shout out Fauna. I have nothing bad to say about this confessional look. And I love how she always like adds a jewel or something to her molds. But Fauna and KK are meeting with Natalie to recap, basically, about what's going on, and they're just glad to be spending some time with the CEO and kind of catch her up with what's going on with everything on the bus. It's a recap scene. You already know if they're gonna recap, I ain't gonna recap. I'm not gonna recap the recap. That makes no sense to do that. Then we cut to TT and Pressure, and they're meeting with Lex, and they're basically talking about how off camera Pressure got into with Emery because she called Emery out for not fighting for TT. And I guess Lex had to break it up. Essentially what it was TT jumped in Pressure's beef. They wanted Emery to jump in, and Emery was kind of like, nah, like, I don't got no issue with anybody, why would I jump in? And I don't blame her for that. I really don't. Then we cut to Tommy, and Tommy is meeting with Wet Wet, Summer, Neek, her homegirl, Amber, and Emery, and basically they're recapping. And Emery basically tells him, like, I'm not getting in nobody's beef. And then Tommy might got some issue with Natalie. Fake news. But they do this cute thing where they get to ride in like a car with like a bunch of people. It was a cute little scene. It was really cute. But Natalie meets the baddies later on because they're going ATV riding. Vroom, 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 vroom. So we see the baddies do some ATV riding. It's really cute. And then we cut to the drama. And basically, Lex is trying to figure out what happened, and Tavy is explaining that nobody really jumped TT. Y'all kind of really did. And ET calls it out in her confessional. She's like, no, you're backpedaling. Say it like it is. And I agree. Tell the truth like it is. Natalie calls Emery and she's like, so what's going on? And Emery's like, well, TT inherited that beef and I don't want to inherit that beef. Point blank period. And I don't blame her. I'm not gonna fight you because you fighting for somebody else. Like, no. If I ain't got no problem with anybody, I'm not gonna do that. After that happens, Lex brings up her issue with Fauna. And she's like, I don't like you. You was trying to be my friend, blah, 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 blah. And Fauna's like, okay, and I don't like you. It goes from, I don't like you, to Fauna, you want to eat mine? You want to be a carpet muncher? Fauna's face said everything. Like, how do we go from, I don't like you, to now I want to carpet munch with you? Does that make sense? And this is where we get to the most disgusting part of this episode. This is the best I can get. While Lex and Fauna are going back and forth, Lex spits on Fauna and it lands like, I think the first one landed like right here on her lace. And I've never had nobody spit at me. And I'm gonna say this because people are like, well, Fauna spit at Tavy. I don't condone spitting anytime. That is disgusting. Number one, it's bodily fluid. Certain things can travel through spit, just so y'all know, and blood. That is the most disrespectful thing that you could do. And at that point, I would have ran up, I would have jumped on Lex like a tree and been pummelizing her. Because now, in the words of Cardi B, we're gonna have beef forever. Because now I'm gonna think about the fact that your spit was running down my face every time I see you. Every time Fauna sees Lex, you need to run up. And that's my problem. They all want to fake kick it. That ain't me. Every time I see you, we are fighting. I don't care if I have to run around to get you. Every chance I get, I'm gonna be surveying the room because when I get the chance to get my hands on you, it's over with. She does it a second time. She did not spit at Fauna once. She spit at her twice. Once, shame on me. Twice, shame on you. Fauna, there better not be no third time that this girl spits at you. And it pissed me off because they showed Dolly in the confessional like, ooh. Which lets me know that you know your friend don't really do that. You know Lex doesn't do that. And this is what I was saying earlier in the episode. We're really seeing the downfall of Lex because she's doing all this behavior that you wouldn't expect from her. She's joining in on the bullshit. Dolly's confessional is cute here though. It's cute. However, and she's laughing about it. But mind you, she's running away from Fauna. Any other person Lex would have been swung on. And at this point, it's giving, you like seeing your spit on her. It has to be a kink or something for you. Because that's nasty. That's disgusting. And I hope Fauna beats her ass. Because like I said, personally, I just know me. I would never be able to look at you the same. Now granted, Fauna spit on somebody else. That's a whole different thing. I don't condone that either. But I know me. I don't spit on nobody. If somebody were to spit at me, that'd be a whole different thing. I will literally be getting you every chance I get. Oh, we're at the venue. I don't give a fuck. She spit on me. Oh, we're on a bus. I don't give a fuck. She spit on me. Oh, we're here at this. I don't give a fuck. She spit on me. I'm going to get my lick back every chance I can because I can. Point blank, period. And that's pretty much where the episode left off. So we're in Vegas, and yeah, Lex is a nasty ass bitch now. Just like the rest of them. Nasty ass bitches. So let's get to my overall thoughts. If I had to sum these episodes up, I would say bus. Because that's really where most of the drama happened. Some of the biggest key takeaways are that pressure is really taking the cake with these bus brawls. Biggie is realizing that some people are just not meant to go to the top with you, and that's fine. We may see Natalie pop up with some new styles next season. Lex is one nasty ass bitch, and honestly, like I've said before, I think Lex likes Fauna. I do. I think she thinks Fauna is cute. She's saying that Fauna wants to carpet munch. I think it's the other way around. No tea, no shade. And don't get me wrong, y'all, because when Lex is right, I condone it. When she talks about no jumping, I'm here for it. However, if I remember correctly, later on in this season, I think Rolly's gonna spit at her. So Karma's gonna get her. Karma's gonna get your ass. Karma knows, okay? But overall, these episodes were, they weren't really, it was really just fades, recapping the fades. The performances were duds. They don't really show the performances. So there wasn't really anything interesting that really really happened other than this spit this past episode, which is disgusting. So if I had to give this a grade, I'd give it a 74. It's a C. It's a mid. It's a C. So as I mentioned before, the next video you'll see I'll be talking about what happened in Vegas, the rest of what happens in Vegas, but I'm not recapping like every single week because I just don't feel the need to. But with that being said, as always, make sure you guys like the video, comment your thoughts down below. Are you liking this format where I just talk about a couple episodes at a time? And of course, I'm obviously gonna do an overall of the whole season because we need to do an overall thought of the whole season. And lastly, of course, and you know this, subscribe to the channel, okay? Remember, doing all 3 are free, but they help with my channel so very much, okay? And keep tuned because I have some videos coming down the pipeline. And with that being said, I will see you guys later. Bye!